All right, Jody, I think we're ready. If you want to give us the go ahead.
All right, we'll go live in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to the Nevada Public Library's first summer reading program activity for teens of summer 2021. I'm Kevin.
I'm Kourtnee.
And today's lab is going to be the animal character design. If you are watching the recording of this, this is taking place on June 3rd, and you can pick up kits that include the worksheet and sketchbook between now and next Thursday. So you'll kind of see the items that we have here that we'll be using are included in those kits. But for now, what we're going to do is start off with a video of Melanie, who works here, demonstrating the activity.
All right, so I am going to name my animal Mo, and I'm going to make him be a 15-year-old rabbit. Under the species is where you will write rabbit. And he does not live in a burrow, he lives in a treehouse, unlike most rabbits. But he does visit his family. He has 700 brothers and sisters that live underground in the burrow. He has many friends, but his best friend is Billy the Owl. And they go on lots of adventures. He does have one enemy, and his enemy's name is Sassafras. Sassafras is a bat, and he thinks that Mo is too noisy, and that's why they are enemies. So under daily routine, I'm just going to say that he always likes to find his breakfast first, and then he likes to visit his friends and play for hours and hours. And then he also likes to take a nap because he gets very tired. He is extroverted, so he likes to be around all the other animals in the forest. He is very optimistic, so he always has something positive to say. And he is also very loud, which is not quite like a rabbit, but that's his personality. His pet peeve is that every morning he yawns very loudly and often wakes up everyone else that also lives in the tree around his treehouse. So they get very annoyed at that. And something that he often says is "top of the morning to you, chaps." And he says it no matter what time of the day it is, because it's his favorite saying. He has a very goofy sense of humor. He likes to just be very goofy and have lots of fun. And his favorite hobby is reading. And one skill that he has is making top hats, because he likes to dress up with his friends and pretend that they are living in a city and wearing top hats. One of his strengths is that he always supports his friends in whatever they are doing. And his one weakness is that he can never resist something sweet. So When he goes over to visit his family and his mom is making delicious cupcakes, he cannot resist it. He is, although he can't resist sweets, he is very healthy, and I'm just going to put that in under health. And he's very active when he plays with his friends. So he just looks like a normal rabbit that lives in a forest. But he does have a specific grooming style, and this is under appearance grooming style. Every morning he slicks his hair to the side with bunny gel. So I'm just going to write bunny gel under here. And the unique traits about his appearance, he has brown fur with 3 black spots. And under other, I'm sure you've gathered by now, but he is very friendly, so that's just another way to describe him.
All right. So that, as you saw, was Melanie putting together her character. So now Kourtnee and I are going to go through the process, go a little bit deeper as we create our characters. So Kourtnee, I will let you kick us off here, and why don't you just go over the basics box there on our worksheet.
So the name of my character was Bullet. He was a basset hound, and his home was space. And then,
I was going to ask, is he human-like, or does he act like normal basset hounds?
he has human characteristics, like he does what humans can do, but he looks just like a normal dog.
Right, because I think that's a big distinction that the worksheet kind of left out, because if you check out our books here, we've got Dogman, who acts very much like humans, and the warriors that they act just like normal cats. So I think whenever you're creating a character, that's a big distinction. If you need movie references, if that's more your style, think Zootopia versus The Lion King. And so my character is a fox. He's named Victor. And he is very much human-like. He is, so I've got his age as 25 years, but that's kind of like a human maturity rate, not foxes. And he lives in a mansion. He is living the life of luxury. But let me ask you this: just who, in general, would you say is your favorite fictional character?
Probably Wilbur from Charlotte's Web.
And why is that?
Because I grew up watching that movie and read the book, and I just have always liked him.
Nostalgia is a big factor. Yeah, nostalgia comes into play for mine. I would say mine is Long John Silver from Treasure Island, because he's definitely the bad guy in the story, but he has a soft spot for the hero, Jim Hawkins. And so he's definitely the bad guy, but I like him because he's not just a black and white character. There is definitely some things about him that make you kind of wonder if he's able to be redeemed or not. So I like those characters that kind of go beyond just the good guys and bad guys. All right, we'll move on to the social box. I'll go ahead and go over Victor. So Victor has his family is a twin sister named Vixen, and I know I didn't really go too creative on the name there, a female fox named Vixen, but she is very opposite of Victor. She's a romantic, whereas Victor is very competitive, wants to win at everything. His friends, or his main friend, is Simon, who's a badger, and Simon is always copying Victor. He's kind of like a lackey. He is always trying to do exactly what Victor does. He sees Victor as a winner. He wants to be a winner. So he's kind of the mirror, trying to be the mirror image. His enemy is a rival who's a puffin named Jack. And the main thing that gets under Victor's skin about Jack is that he can fly. And obviously Victor's a fox, he can't fly. So that really gets to Victor. But Victor's daily routine is training and competing. That's what you can find him doing on any given day. That's what you'll find. What about Bullet?
Bullet has no family, so he lives alone. His friends are all the aliens in space. The enemies are all the space cats. And his daily routine is trying to come up with a way and a plan to fight off all the bad space cats.
Bad space cats. Nice. All right. So Bullet is out in space. What would you say is your favorite fictional place? If you had to live in a fictional place, where would you live?
Probably the Emerald City from Wizard's of Oz.
Oh, that's a really good answer. Oh,
Because it just looks very pretty there.
yeah, that's a good answer. I will go with Narnia. And obviously, if you've read the books, I mean the Narnia post-White Witch reign. You know, I want to live in it under the rule of the Pevensey kids. But I think I would really enjoy all the talking animals in Narnia. But Emerald City, that's a really good choice. All right, we'll move on down the worksheet here. So tell us about Bullet's personality.
He's an extrovert, an optimist. He can be loud, but like he's only loud if he's riled up. His pet peeve is cats, and he doesn't really have a thing. He often says he just howls a lot.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Victor is definitely an extrovert. He's a people person. And he is the ultimate optimist. He always thinks going into any competition, he's going to win. And he is very loud about it. He can sometimes be a little too loud. His pet peeve is when the rules of the competition are not enforced correctly. You know, he's all about fairness. He doesn't want to cheat to win, but he wants to win, and he wants things to go by the rules. And so something he often says is, "Let's do this." He wants to get the game underway. And I'll go ahead and move on to the second personality box. A sense of humor. He's got a little bit of sarcasm with him. It's not much. A lot of times it comes out with his trash talking that he does. But he's so not a huge sense of humor, but a little bit. Hobbies and skills, obviously you picked up on it. Any game, he will compete at anything or turn anything into a game, even if it's not a game. Household chores become a game. Strengths, he's physically acrobatic. And he also playing a lot of games. He's also very strategic. Weaknesses, he's not a good loser. He likes to win, and sometimes he can take losing too hard. Also, weakness, as I said earlier, he can't fly. He's a fox, and he sees that as a definite physical weakness.
Bullet's sense of humor is sarcastic. His main skill is fighting the bad cats. His strength is good hearing because he has big ears. And then his weakness is bad eyesight because his ears get in the way.
Oh, big ears. I'll get you. Let me ask you this. If you yourself was a character in a story, what would your weakness or your flaw be?
Self-doubt, probably.
Self-doubt. So you need to go on an adventure to get some
Yes.
get some confidence.
Yes.
All right. I think I would say that I'm not very empathetic. So I don't really feel sad when people are sad. So that's definitely something that I don't know if an adventure would make me more empathetic, but that's definitely something where I could use some improvement on. And I think that's one of those things that this sort of lab and this sort of imagination can help us with, is when we design a character, we're obviously taking influences from what we know, and we know ourselves best. So when we create a character, we can, when we think about their weaknesses, we can reflect on what our weaknesses are and, try to improve ourselves just in that just little simple way. Simple labs like this can help us out. But we'll go ahead and move on to appearance. What's Bullet look like?
He has good health. His body type, he's very muscular and strong. His clothing or grooming style, he doesn't wear clothes, he's a dog. And his unique traits, he's a good singer / howler because you can hear it from miles away.
All right. Victor's health, he's in great shape. A lot of the competitions he's doing are physically active. His body type, he is lean more than he is muscular. He's not the real, strong man type. He's more lean and has good dexterity and such. So the clothing that he usually wears athletic style, t-shirts and gym shorts and such, sneakers for shoes. Oftentimes you'll see him with a sweatband. Unique trait, he's very good at impersonating other animals, and this helps with his trash talk sometimes to be able to impersonate. So that, do you have anything else to say about Bullet there? All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the character design there. The worksheet does have another page, as you saw on the video, for drawing and illustrating the character. We're not going to take the time to do that with our characters on this video, but the worksheet also points out of trying to create a story with your character. What does your character want or need? And what is preventing them from getting that? That is a simple way to set a conflict for a basis of a story. Another one is one of the rules that Pixar uses when they create their movies is one of the central questions is they ask is, what's the worst thing that could happen to the main character? If you've seen the movie Toy Story, Woody is the favorite toy of his owner, Andy. And the worst thing that could happen to Woody is that another popular toy comes into the story. And that's exactly what happens. And so we see Woody having to deal with that. And that conflict drives the story. So we want to encourage you to go beyond the worksheet and the illustrations there. And so in the kit, we have sketchbooks. And so there's just plenty of blank pages in here that you can draw more pictures to illustrate your story. And also, next week's activity will focus on, will be another drawing lab. And so the sketchbook can be used for that. Again, those can be picked up anytime between today and next Thursday for the labs. And you can also decorate your sketchbook. We encourage you. I decorated my cover here, and I kind of went with going along with the story of Victor. You can see that I've got the V here, and I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but on the sides of the V are wings to represent the Roman goddess Victory. And Victor is very much a winner. And so that goes right along with that. Kourtnee, what about you?
Mine's not related to my story. I just decorated it how I wanted.
Excellent. Looks good. All right. Well, we will wrap up there. A few points to share with you. If you want to share your character, whether that's your worksheet or pictures that you've drawn, simply take a picture and email it to info@nplmo.org, and we will take your submissions and we'll put them in with our other pictures and such that we'll be collecting throughout the summer to then show at the end of summer all the things that have gone on this year. We also have a link that you can follow to take a quick survey. And then also don't forget that last Tuesday, the summer reading program officially started, and so you can start logging your reading time. You can either do that online at www.nplmo.org, or you can do that physically if you pick up the Storytime kits here at the library. It has the physical paper where you can track your progress. So thank you guys for joining us today. We hope to see you for our future projects.